Now, the show I'm about to talk about, Old Project, is so Disney and undoes Disney by itself. You know what I'm talking about? Let's face it, this is not being Disney a long time ago, but out of nowhere, an indie project called Mechwest that is so Disney by art style, the storytelling, and not afraid to go some places. Actually, it's sort of more Disney and than Disney. Even that, I did a little bit of research. I did a little bit like a documentary on that channel called McWest, explaining the reason why I decided to make this project, because they have an idea they need to take out of them, but they have some offers to buy this project for them, and decide to no, because if they do sell this project, they're not allowed to do certain things, and they didn't want to be told what to do with their own project because they need to tell this story. It's one of those things, it's sort of the passion of animation, a passion of basically Disney's sort of Disney storytelling, without someone telling you, oh, you're not allowed that. But you don't know if you ever worked in a company of animation. Depends what kind of genre or what kind of people trying to get people to watch your show, a family group, an adult comedy show, or a sort of drama teen show. You always have rules and regulations to actually readjust the show you need to sell it. If you see the first pilot, that you can see why maybe some changes will be called out, because there's some scenes that I can see like having guns is some big no-no, or you talk about the restroom on close to the restroom is also a no-no. So yeah, you can see what I mean. They prefer not be told because everything they show is PG friendly. It's still interesting, still fun. It's just so well built. It's just sort of shocking how good it is. I mean, even the animation feels so professional because all the animators are professional. They have years of experience. I don't mean rookies or people trying to go inside the industry. No, the people who joined this team were Disney alumni. They're Pixar alumni. They work every single company that all decided to make a sort of project together. And you feel the passion and understanding of this project. Of course, if I continue on more, my name is Recho. I like to talk about animation. Not talk just animation. I do reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. It'd be really great for people to like, comment, and subscribe. One of those things really helps my channel. It also, let's face it, I'm a small channel. Any more things really help. If not, that's fine. But I'm just saying, if you right here, this now, still watching it, a like and a comment does wonders to any channel, including mine. Now, let's get started of this indie project review. And Mechwest, what it's about? Well, Mechwest is all about this sort of small town who have sort of steampunk ideas that is sort of in tradition of moving on the next sort of genre of technology. But because it's sort of the West, everybody uses sort of robots, steampunks using coal to remove them. But that's not really the focus. That's sort of the building of the whole universe. Because you find out there is a machine called Six that is sort of called a mech. In fact, every single machine are basically called mechs. They're just a technology that people use or abuse because no one really likes them, or they do use them, but it feels sort of a hassle to use them. Even that they do all the work for them. But we only think we know about this first episode. In fact, part one, because there are supposed to be probably 2-3 parts of the first season that basically tells you Six was sort of kind of attacked by something, specifically with his partner. We don't know who he was, but attacked by this machine who protecting sort of kind of cavern, and he sort of run. He actually accidentally met Pearl in the city because he's asking for help, but because he's sort of a machine, he doesn't talk. And our main lead, Pearl, is, I have said at the very beginning, Disney-like type of character. That she is sort of a Disney princess, but cyborg style. But I love it that she is not just goofy, kind of weird, not sort of the modern Disney female protagonist, that she is lost. See, she really doesn't know what she wants, but yet she wants to help out and fix machines, but she treats machines as people. And I thought that's sort of interesting because a lot of people around around her town, hate machines. They don't hate them. They just sort of mistreat them because they're not supposed to do what they're doing. But yet, beating them up and slapping them is not gonna help. But you can see what she sort of empathy of these machines because she wants to help out, figure it out. And this is the part I found sort of fascinating because they chose to build the world, then telling the story first. Because you have to understand how this world works and sort of the angle they're going from. Because Pearl is sort of kind of not yet know who she is. The town feels her she's sort of lazy, not yet feel who she wants to be. But during this time, you see this sort of machinery going back and forth. For example, her family earns like a cattle of robots, and you think, what's the point of that? That feels kind of useless, pointless. Why you need a cattle of robots? And you realize this cattle of robots they're using, they are the mail machines. They're the ones who control these machines to carry mail town to town. And that is sort of surprising because you expect they have a wagon or something, but no, they need these machines to be durable on the West. And that makes sense. That's just kind of genius. But at the same time, it does this so much little bit by little bit in sort of the episode. Like, at one point, there's a bunch of bandits attack the city, and you think, oh, they kind of slaughter and take the money or take the town. No, they do not care about any of those things. They're burning down the town because they were looking for Six. For a reason why we don't know, because Six sees something in the cavern that they need for the cavern. That's all we know. And Pearl, our main lead, trying to understand what this machine is. She little by little understanding why this machine is so special and is the only one who actually paying attention to it. Because the whole town does not care. They just are knowing about the machines, even that they use them. But they do point out they need coal. Coal is like very expensive and very rare to get. So it's interesting enough, she realized Six doesn't need coal. And she's sort of confused and realized this is the reason why the bandits attack our town. Because Six. And she feels sort of guilty because she sort of adopted this machine in a way, but her parents, her brother says you shouldn't do that. We don't know where it's from. But yet she wants to be useful and helpful. And you understand her, especially you're at that age that you want to take care of the puppy, but you don't know the responsibility of that puppy. You have the idea, but you don't have the experience. And I love that sort of play with that sort of kind of a sense of Pearl. Even now she realized she had to do something because after they attacked the town, Pearl realized she had to do something with the Six. And her father get hurt, and you still have more world building that you realize her family kind of built the town. She's not rich. She's just sort of a regular owner who has her own rent. She has her own problems. But because of the panic, because they tried to do something, her father left to do more research and get more people to stop the bandits. And this is sort of stops there. Like the whole episode ends there, figuring out, okay, now what to do with Six. Where are my next move? Because she's basically alone with the machine, with her brother, going a sort of a trip to basically you throw away all the mail onwards. And that's sort of interesting because the big amount of the bandits are trying to find her and locate her and take the machine. And once again, we don't know. But that sort of world building, interesting guilt of Pearl in understanding what she must do is sort of interesting because she is sort of like a Disney princess that she wants to help out the machines, but she thinks they're alive, or at least well enough understand the situation they actually are. But yet, she could be right because Six is one of the machines. She sort of understand emotions, understand everything. Not just Six. The other machines do have sort of emotion. At least they try and convey that. But you could easily disagree with me. So they're machines. But yet, there's still part one of maybe 2 or 3 parts left. But yet, this whole pilot really sold me the world because it's just so well made, well developed, feels so much experience built to this world, and it's just so believable. Now, the only complaint is probably the fight scenes because the fight scenes are good, the fights are sort of 2000s that you don't see the punch connect because they cut it before the punch fully connect to the face or something. They want to be violent, but at the same time they want to be realistic. So they're trying to go back and forth. I feel like they actually use real guns. They're actually trying to be violent, but almost like a PG sort of setting. They sort of make that common sense. They sort of rock punk kind of edge. If you don't want to, you don't know what I'm talking about. Rock punk basically means in the edge of the cliff, but not it fall in the hole. You're so close to falling it, but you gotta back yourself up just enough to be self-control. And that's what it feels. It feels like old Disney. Because you've seen old Disney films, old TV shows, they go places sometimes. Places they're not really afraid because they know good storytelling is good drama. Good drama give you a good happy ending. A good happy ending convince the audience that we trust you to understand the situation and how it's gonna end. And that is just so well made. The animation just feels Disney more than Disney itself because let's face it, Wish, the last movie they made, was sort of terrible. The CGI, the storytelling. If you want to see a Disney show or movie feel like Disney, watch this indie project. Mechwest is just so well made. All the characters are interesting and balanced. The only complaint I say is sort of the fight scenes, and maybe they should have cut me up 30 seconds less. Like it's like a 20-minute episode, but I feel they need to probably cut a minute or 30 seconds of sort of scenes just to make it a little bit faster. But I do like everything. You like the character, even though you feel sort of a cliche. She is delivered it completely well. You understand her motivation. You understand she feels lost. You understand she's goofy, but yet realistic. She understands she's doesn't fit her hometown. Her family doesn't understand her, but how weird she really is. But yet, kind of grabs your attention, especially the bandits are basically kind of space pirates, not space pirates, sky pirates. They really are using sky machines to land on the town and take everything using knives and daggers and swords. And yet, you kind of wondered why they use a ship. Why not a machine or a bird or something? That's the thing that just grabs you because you feel the world is much bigger than it seems. And that's what you mean good world building. It just gives you little things here and there, ask you questions to wonder what else beyond the town, what you have, what's the dangers, and that you make a good adventure story. That's sort of questions you want to be answered. This is the reason I'm sort of hoping the next episode come up soon because it's that good. Of course, I have that one question. Do you see this party? Do you enjoy it? Do you hate it? Do you feel this has potential like I do? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.